Hey friends, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel Terry and I am the author of 5 fantasy novels. Information will be in the description box down below if you're interested. In today's video, I have another book review for you. Today I will be sharing my review of The Book of Lost Hours by Haley Gelfuso. This is a complicated book and I'm not entirely sure how to explain why I felt the way I did about it, but I will do my best. This is a historical fantasy featuring time travel and is told in 2 timelines. In the first timeline, the book begins in 1938 in Nuremberg, Germany. Ezekiel Levy is telling his daughter Lisabeth a bedtime story when they are interrupted. This night happens to be Kristallnacht. Ezekiel Levy knew that the threat from the Nazis was real and that danger could be coming, and he was making preparations to get his family to safety, but unfortunately time has run out. And the Nazis have an additional reason for targeting Ezekiel. Not only is he a Jew, he's a timekeeper, and one of the few that possesses the knowledge of how to make watches that can open doors to the time space. The time space is an alternate dimension which looks like a giant library. It's full of books, and each book contains the memories of a person who has passed on. And Ezekiel Levy is one of the few people that knows how to make these watches that can open a portal to this time space, and naturally the Nazis want it. To keep Lisabeth safe, Ezekiel opens a portal to the time space and hides her there, and he leaves in search of her brother, promising to come back, but of course he never does. Without a watch of her own, Lisabeth is trapped in the time space, and so she grows up here exploring the world through the memories of others. She learns about lots of different other countries and time periods, and she's befriended by a ghost named Azrael, or that's the name that she gives him. Ghosts inhabit the time space as well, waiting for timekeepers to arrive and record their memories in a book, and then once they do that, the ghost can pass on, but Azrael never did. So he becomes Lisabeth's friend, and she explores the time space, and this is her life, and she really doesn't know anybody else there. However, one day she witnesses a Nazi timekeeper enter the time space, and he burns the book that is the memories of her father. Obviously upset by this, Lisabeth rushes forward and manages to save a few memories, which she then takes and puts in a book of her own. And this Nazi timekeeper is not the only one doing this. Over the course of the years, Lisabeth witnesses timekeepers from other different countries and other governments who enter the time space to destroy memories or ideas that they think could be harmful to their country's agenda. And Lisabeth lies in wait, watching. As soon as they leave, she rushes in to save what memories she can, collecting them all in this book of hers. Until one day, she meets a timekeeper from America named Ernest. He meets her, asks her what she's doing, why she's doing it. She says that memories are precious, and once someone is gone, they're all that we have left of them. The idea that by burning these books of memories, a government or an entity could completely erase someone from history to the point where no one even remembers that they ever existed at all is a very disturbing one to her, and so she thinks that these people are worth saving. So much so to the point where Ernest, who works for a branch of the CIA, is convinced that she's right. This burning of the memories, this revisionist history is wrong and it needs to stop. But one day, Lisabeth Levy just disappears and no one knows what happened to her. In the other timeline, we're in 1965. The Cold War is brewing, and Amelia, who is the niece of Ernest, who has recently died, is recruited by this branch of the CIA to enter the time space and try to find Lisabeth Levy's missing book. But what she uncovers there changes everything she thought she knew. So this is the best that I can describe what this book is about without delving into spoilers, of which there would be many. Time travel books are complicated because anytime you go back to the past and change something that happened there, naturally you're changing everything that happened afterward. And that back and forth dual timeline, changing events, what is real, what isn't, is complicated and gets complicated pretty quickly. I don't think we have to worry about that too much in this book, but you do still have that theme prevalent. One of the things I really liked about this book and found interesting was the concept of revisionist history, the fact that these agents from multiple different countries enter the time space for the sole purpose of rewriting history, erasing things that they don't like or that are inconvenient, and basically controlling what people at large remember as being true. I think this is a very interesting idea, and I definitely think that if the time space was real, this is exactly what would happen. And I think this book has a lot of interesting things to say about history and what is true, and how what people remember can become what is true if that's all they're ever told. I think it's a very dangerous idea and one that needs to be acknowledged. I really appreciated the dual timelines in this story. I really liked how all of the threads wove together. There are lots of reveals in this book, which I really enjoyed and think worked really well. And one of the things I enjoyed most about them is the timing of them. Now, this could just be me. Some people might not see these reveals coming and maybe others would see them from a mile away, but I felt that the reveals happened at the perfect time to give the reader a chance to solve the mystery themselves, and then when they've made their guess and they're pretty sure they're right, the book steps in and says, here is what the truth is, and you're right. So I really appreciate that timing, that the reader has a chance to figure it out on their own, and it's not too early on in the narrative, at least for me. Other people might think differently. I really thought it was interesting the different challenges that these characters go through, some of the heartbreaking decisions that are made, and also the idea of consequences, of ethics, of morality, how a character can feel so strongly about one thing and then turn around and completely betray their own morals for a different sort of cause. It kind of explores how everybody has a price, only in this case it's not so much a price, it's just a line, and then the characters run up against that line in this book and definitely do cross it. It explores how far a person is willing to go under the right circumstances and how anyone is capable of anything, and it's just really interesting to see that play out. I don't agree with all of the decisions that the characters make, of course, and it's kind of frustrating, the line between, is this being realistic or is this just frustrating? Because you can't have your characters be completely logical all the time. You can't have them make good decisions all of the time, but there were definitely decisions that were made here that I wish the character had chosen to do something differently, and yet other decisions were made in certain circumstances where I think, I don't like this choice, but I kind of don't see how the character could have done anything else. So it was just really interesting. This book is also very atmospheric. The whole time-space concept and how it's presented in the book is very interesting. This book felt very unique to me, and I was surprised that my copy of it that I got from the library had the Good Morning America book club pick sticker on the cover. I have never ever had good luck that I can remember with a book that had any sort of book club sticker on it at all. I was surprised that a book that was this deep and complex is this seemingly popular. The kind of book that makes you think. These kind of books don't seem to be that popular that often, but it's a nice change. And I'm kind of surprised that this book got published at all because, again, it did just feel so different. In the blurb, it's compared to The Midnight Library, which I did try to read, but I did not at all like the way that The Midnight Library was written, and I think it kind of dropped the ball on the chance to say some really profound things. But this experience reading the Book of Lost Hours is more what I thought I'd be getting when I picked up The Midnight Library, so that was really nice. And I'm glad that this book got a publishing deal. I'm glad that it's getting the attention that it is, because it's just one of those books that for me, as I was reading it, I could tell that it just felt different. I can tell this is one of those gems that doesn't come along very often. I haven't felt this way about a book since I read Blood Over Bright Haven over 6 months ago. So these books don't come along that often. I don't know how I feel about the ending of the book exactly. I'm not sure I feel anything about it, but overall I had such an amazing, nice experience reading the rest of it that I gave it 5 stars. It was definitely a unique read. I just picked it up on a whim, and I'm very glad that I did. And if you love books with time travel and that deal with concepts of time, I definitely recommend picking up this one. Of course, if you have read this book, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. So there you have it. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a comment, like, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. My name is Rachel Terry. I am the author of 5 fantasy novels, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!